Inexperienced DM, a nerfed battle axe, and a scorned player. Caution, minor Curse of Strand spoilers / details in the second part. Backstory. I have been playing in 3 games for the past year and a half over Discord and Roll20. One of these games which inspired this story is a homebrew 5e campaign which uses a random character generator the DM made which can spit out some crazy characters. The program gives you your race, your strength and constitution, bonuses to other stats, and are anywhere from 3 to 5 special abilities. Pretty powerful stuff, but the DM who made it was really good at balancing our encounters, so it would be challenging for our party of 5 super overpowered characters to complete. One of the players of this game started to show interest in running his own campaign, and since one of our DMs was gonna be away for a few months, we decided he would take his slot and run his first campaign. In the weeks leading up to his first game, our other DMs had a few sessions with him on how to run a game, how to balance encounters, and general admin stuff. He was receptive and seemed to take all the pointers into consideration setting up his game. So it comes time for us to make our characters, and he wants us to use the character generator from the other game, which the experienced DM tried to steer him away from, since it was gonna be hard for him to balance for what we rolled, but he wanted to use it. We all start up at level 3 and our characters are pretty tame for what the generator can spit out. Except for one guy who rolled a goblin artificer who walked around in a battle mech that could dual wield thunder cannons that had bonus splash damage. The rest of us were a half-orc barb and 2 wild magic sorcerers, one of which was me, so our first few encounters were just us trying to roll before the battle mech and initiative so we could get some damage in before he would one-shot them with dual thundermongers. Over our break halfway through, the experienced DM had a chat with him about toning down the artificer since it was messing with his balancing, and it was pretty obvious that most of us were not having fun watching one guy solo almost every encounter. Instead of toning the artificer down, he decided to make all the other characters stronger. The 2 sorcerers got staffs that let us cast fireball, and the barb got a +3 battle axe with added poison damage. So the rest of the session was whoever rolled first on initiative got to one-shot everyone we faced. We broke for the week, and again the new DM had a chat with the 3 experienced DMs to talk about balancing going forward. Before our next session of his campaign, we had a session of the 5e campaign that inspired this, and being the Christmas holiday, we had a Christmas themed encounter where we fought Mech Santa and his jolly bunch of radioactive reindeer, and as a reward for winning, we were each given wondrous magic items. When we met for the next session of the new DM's game, he had taken this idea and tried to one-up it. The fight was extremely easy since balancing was still an issue, and as a reward we each got a magic item ranging from mundane to extremely overpowered. The artificer got a +3 thunder cannon with added force damage. The other sorcerer got a staff that increased her int and allowed her to cast up levels fireballs 5 times a day. The barb came out on top and got a belt of storm giant's strength and a storm giant's battle axe that wasn't scaled down for a medium creature. So in addition to having 29 strength, now had an axe with around a +30 to hit and averaged 40 damage a hit. I got a cloak of many things which I should have used the door patch to open a door and walk away, since this campaign wasn't gonna get any better. The rest of the session was all of us watching the barb solo every encounter with one swing of her axe. Noon. Except the barb was having any fun. So before the next session, once again the 3 other experienced DMs sat him down and for over 2 hours tried to help him fix his game. Mainly to get rid of all these magic items he had showered us with. So the new DM solution was to nerf all the magic items we got, do away with the bonuses the random generator gave our characters, and start the campaign up where we left off at session 1. The barb was extremely furious that her axe was downgraded to a +2 axe from its ungodly overpowered former self, and was convinced that the new DM didn't like her and was punishing her for having fun. She was blind to the fact that she was the only one having fun in that campaign, and it wasn't for the other 3 of us to just watch her killing everything while not being able to do anything. So that killed that campaign. About 2 weeks later the DM decided it would be better to run Curse of Strahd, since everything was more or less already balanced for him. The group consisted of everyone from his failed first game, but the person who played the barb sat out the first game, since she was still mad at him. In a surprising turn, the first session of Strad went extremely well, with our party arriving in the village of Barovia and trying to get to the bottom of what was going on. The DM was still pretty rusty and awkward with RP, but it worked out well since he was role-playing terrified villagers. After the first session, we all messaged the former Barb player and told her the game was going really well and that the new DM was doing a really good job. The 3 experienced DMs who listened in for a bit were impressed with how he was doing, so the Barb player joins us for the second session, playing a barbarian again. She joined the party as we were exploring the church in Barovia. The NPC, there was no help, but we were aware of cries for help coming from a trapdoor that led to the basement. So we cautiously made our way down with my paladin in the lead. We came across what we didn't know at the time to be a vampire, which rushed my paladin as she tried to help him, believing he was sick, and crit his bite attack, so I was reduced to half health along with my hit point maximum. We all realize what's going on and make a hasty retreat out of the basement, locking the hatch while I tried to heal myself. As we were questioning the NPC again about vampires, the barbarian player was furious again. We were all confused since nothing particularly enraging had happened. I had been bitten by a vampire, sure, but I'm a paladin. I can just heal myself and take a long rest and have my hot point maximum increased back to normal. When we asked her what was wrong, she yelled the vampire shouldn't have attacked us. When we asked her what makes her believe that, she said it says right here on page 20 that the vampire only attacks when it's attacked, or its only exit is blocked. She had been reading the campaign book, and even though I said that we had been blocking his only exit, so he should have attacked me, and that I was okay with getting bit by the vampire, she was still enraged. Clearly she hadn't gotten over having her axe nerfed in the last game and was looking for any excuse, even made up, to get mad at him. That pretty much put a stop to the fun, and the rest of the session was spent with our characters trying to figure out what to do next and the Barb player telling us what we had to do because the book says we have to do X, Y and Z. After that session we were going to kick her out, but thankfully she left the game on her own and we went on to have another super fun session without her. But the DM had to end the game because real life got in his way. TL. Doctor. New DM has trouble with balancing, which led to an extremely unfun 2 sessions and a pissed off player who read the Strad campaign book to look for any faults when the new DM ran a different game. Takeaways. Be cautious of running a homebrew campaign as a new DM. Don't read the campaign books as a player.